Lewis Hamilton delivered a commanding sprint race victory, yet the main event podium eluded him. What shifted the tide for this 7-time champion? Let's analyze the details. Hamilton kicked off the weekend like a champion reborn, storming to pole in sprint qualifying with a razor-sharp 1 minute and 30.849 seconds, and then absolutely owning the 19-lap sprint race. Every lap led, every move calculated. The Ferrari SF25 was dialed in perfection for that short burst. Aggressive aerodynamics for downforce, a suspension setup that soaked up Shanghai's bumps, and a balance that let him push hard without shredding those soft tires. Tire graining? Sure, it crept in by lap 6, but Hamilton managed it like a pro, keeping Verstappen's Red Bull over 2 seconds back by the flag. It was a masterclass. But here's where it gets juicy. After that sprint win, Ferrari didn't rest on their laurels. They went big. Between Saturday morning and main qualifying, they rolled out significant setup changes, aiming to tweak the car for the 56-lap endurance of the Grand Prix. Think more downforce for corner stability, maybe a stiffer rear suspension for tire longevity, or even a slight wing adjustment for straight-line grunt. Hamilton was all in, praising the team post-quali. "We made some great changes. The team did a fantastic job in the break to get the car ready." The vibe? Confidence sky high. But those tweaks, they backfired hard. That perfect harmony from the sprint vanished. The revised setup threw the car's balance into chaos. Too twitchy in the high-speed sweepers like turns 1 and 2, too loose in the tight stuff like turn 14. Hamilton described it as being on a knife edge. And you could see it. Qualifying pace tanked, landing him 5th on the grid, over 6/10 off Piastri's pole. Come race day, the problems compounded. The car couldn't find its groove, lacking the grip to challenge up front or the stability to fend off rivals. No podium, no repeat of that sprint magic. Ferrari's bold gamble crashed and burned. While Hamilton was wrestling with his misfiring Ferrari setup, the competition turned up the heat, big time. Take McLaren's Oscar Piastri. He didn't just sneak into pole for the main race. He owned it with a stunning 1 minute and 30.204 seconds. That's over 6/10 clear of Hamilton's P5 effort. How? McLaren nailed their setup. A slick balance of downforce for those sweeping turns 1 and 2, plus razor-sharp responsiveness through the tight hairpin at turn 14. Their MCL39 was on rails, chewing up Shanghai's demands with surgical precision. Piastri's pole lap wasn't luck. It was a masterstroke, proving even the smallest edge can flip the grid in F1. Then there's Max Verstappen, Red Bull's rock in the storm. Sure, he settled for 3rd in the sprint, 2.3 seconds off Hamilton's pace after some late tire fade cost him P2 to Piastri. But don't sleep on him. In main qualifying, he locked in P4, just 0.4 seconds off pole, with a rock-solid 1 minute and 30.604 seconds. The RB21's versatility shone through. Plenty of grip in the slow corners, raw speed down that 1.2-kilometer back straight. Verstappen's relentless consistency kept him in the hunt, adapting to Shanghai's evolving track like it was second nature. Against this, Hamilton didn't stand a chance. McLaren's fine-tuned edge and Red Bull's unshakable pace exposed every flaw in Ferrari's setup gamble. The longer 56-lap race distance demanded endurance, something Piastri and Verstappen had dialed in, while Hamilton's knife-edge car faltered. The competition wasn't just strong, it was perfectly primed, leaving Ferrari's setup woes painfully clear. Let's talk tires, because this is where Hamilton's weekend took a sharp turn. In the sprint race, that 19-lap dash was Hamilton's playground. On the soft C4 compound, he could go flat out, pushing the Ferrari's limits without sweating long-term tire life. Graining kicked in around lap 6, those little rubber clumps peeling off the surface, but it was manageable. He adjusted his lines, eased off in turns 7 and 8, and kept the pace hot enough to hold Verstappen at bay by 2.3 seconds. The shorter distance meant tire wear stayed in check, and he cruised to the win with grip to spare. But the main race? That's a whole different beast. 56 laps of Shanghai's abrasive asphalt. Ferrari's new setup, tweaked after the sprint, was supposed to handle the endurance challenge, maybe a harder compound like the C3 for durability, or a softer setup for initial grip. Instead, it was a disaster. The altered balance, too much load on the front axle, not enough stability at the rear, chewed through those tires faster than a hot knife through butter. What was mild graining in the sprint ballooned into full-on degradation by lap 15 of the Grand Prix. The data backs it up. Ferrari's tire wear rate spiked 20% higher than McLaren's, per Pirelli's post-race analysis. That loss of grip turned every stint into a nightmare. By mid-race, he was sliding through turn 14, bleeding seconds, 1.2 seconds a lap slower than Piastri up front. The car couldn't maintain corner exit speed, and the long back straight became a punishment zone as rivals flew past. Hamilton wasn't racing Verstappen or Piastri anymore. He was battling his own tires, lap after brutal lap. That sprint magic? Buried under a mountain of rubber dust. Now, let's layer in another twist. Shanghai's track conditions threw a curveball all weekend long. Picture this. The sprint race kicks off Saturday morning, 9 a.m. sharp, under cool, overcast skies, track temps hovering at 22 degrees Celsius. That asphalt was smooth and grippy, perfect for Hamilton's setup. The Ferrari danced over it, delivering consistent traction through those long turns 1 and 2, letting him stretch that 2.3-second lead. It was a Goldilocks moment, everything just right. But fast forward to qualifying that afternoon. Sun's out, track temps spiked to 35 degrees Celsius, and the grip's shifting. By Sunday's main race, forecasts hinted at rain, though it held off. Still, gusty winds and a roller coaster of surface heat messed with tire behavior. Pirelli logged a 13 degrees Celsius swing across sessions, and that's a killer for a car tuned tight. Ferrari's ambitious setup, likely banking on that cooler sprint vibe with softer suspension for bite, started unraveling. The hotter track cooked the tires faster, and those gusts threw off aero balance in high-speed sections like turn 9. Hamilton felt it firsthand. He called adapting to these swings a steep climb, especially while still syncing with Ferrari's playbook. New engineers, new data rhythms. That knife-edge car from the setup tweak? It went from tricky to a full-on handful. Grip faded, lap times ballooned, 1.2 seconds off Piastri's pace by mid-race. The track kept changing, and Ferrari couldn't keep up. Sprint momentum? Swallowed by Shanghai's shifting sands. In summary, Hamilton's stunning sprint race when showcased his immense talent and Ferrari's potential. Yet, drastic setup changes, fierce competition from McLaren and Red Bull, tire management challenges, and unpredictable track conditions all played a role in his inability to secure a podium. This weekend has been a testament to the fine margins in F1, where even the best can face setbacks during a period of transition. What are your thoughts on Ferrari's approach at the Chinese GP? Can Hamilton and the team adjust for a stronger comeback, or will these challenges continue to plague them? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more in-depth F1 analysis. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.